Your value doesn't increase when someone chooses you, and it doesn't decrease because someone doesn't. Just because someone doesn't recognize your worth doesn't mean that you don't have any worth or you don't have anything of value inside you. How many people have lost sleep, cried, overthought, and doubted themselves because somebody else didn't give them the love and attention that they needed? And the problem is that whenever we attach our worth, right, to someone's approval, it's like handing them the power. You understand? We hand them power to rule over us, power that they were never meant to have. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you are new here, this is Everything Belby. We talk about faith, we talk about love, life, and we vibe. So if you tuned in, you made no mistake. Take a seat and let's talk about something very interesting today. We are going to talk about why we keep chasing people who do not choose us back, right? Isn't that interesting? So don't forget to share, to like, and to subscribe. Now, let us dive in. Now, have you ever found yourself constantly thinking about someone who was clearly not also thinking about you? I can imagine how embarrassing that could be. It's horrifying. Yes, it's so depressing when you know you like someone, you're thinking about this person, you like this person, and the person doesn't like you back. You keep chasing this person. You keep trying to seek, attention from this person, but it's as though you don't even exist. They don't choose you, they choose other people. Now, maybe you were the only one texting, or maybe you were the one who was always texting first. Maybe you were the one always checking up on the person, and maybe you kept making excuses for their bad behavior because you wanted to keep the friendship so the friendship can hold on, so it can work. It's like you are always a pillar. It takes two to tango. It takes two to move on. But you feel the pressure or you feel the energy is coming from your side. The other person is not putting in anything, but you are still in that friendship. You are still in that relationship. The question is, why do we still stay in there? Why do we put ourselves in such a situation or in a position like that? And even though the signs are there, even though it's evident that they weren't choosing you back, you found yourself still holding on. Now, why is that? And it's actually clear that I put in more effort. I put in more time, more sacrifice. I put in my all in this friendship, in this relationship, even in this work. But I'm not seeing the results. I'm not getting the positive energy back from the other person. And when I say people, I believe you understand that I'm not just talking about just relationships, but I'm talking about friendships. I'm also talking about family relationships. I'm talking about someone that we admire. Even I'm talking about a workplace, a place where you feel or you want to receive approval, right? And so you work so hard, you put in your best, you put in your everything that you've got into it. Why don't we just say, you know what? Forget this. Let me just move on because I don't think I'm appreciated here. I'm going to go to where I feel appreciated. I'm going to go to where I feel welcomed, right? But no, we don't do that. Sometimes we don't do that. We just so stay there and we are like, we trust God. God, I'm praying. I'm trusting God that everything's going to be fine. Bro, sister, God is giving you all the signs that you need to see. You asked him for a sign. He has given you the sign. I believe after this video, you will know whether to stay or whether to leave, or maybe you keep fighting. Let's see. One of the biggest reasons why this keeps happening is because we confuse being chosen by being valuable. And it's funny how somewhere along the way, many of us start believing that if this person actually chooses us, if this person actually, counts us as their friend, we start seeing ourselves valuable. And it actually happens especially when there is someone of high status in society. I mean, it's good to have such people as friends because they say birds of the same feathers flock together. Show me your friend and I'll show you your character. So show me your friend. If your friend is rich, if your friend is wealthy, if your friend is of high social status, that makes you automatically someone of high status or of high social status, when truly you are not. People out there would think, okay, hey, this lady and this lady, they work together. Oh. You know, sometimes when you have friends like that, it's an example I'm giving, okay? When you have friends like that, we have such friends who would obviously hold your hand, they would lift you up, they would try to put you on the same pedestal that they are. They'll try to, elevate you, try to better your life and all of that. But not everyone is like that, right? Not all of them are like that. Do you get it? That's why I'm saying, or that's why the question is, why do you keep putting yourself in a situation where you found a friend who is of high social class, who has a lot of money and, is living a very good life, but the person isn't helping you anyway? You are always showing up. You're always being there for the person. You're always checking up. You're always texting. You're putting in your all. It rather makes you look like you're being desperate. That is where the value comes in. It looks more like when you are chosen, then value is going to be added to your name or to yourself or your personality. But that isn't it. Sometimes it looks like it, but it's not always the case, right? So you should know your worth first before you start even pointing, this is my friend, this is my friend, this is my friend. You should know your worth. If you know who you are, if you know what you want, you go in for what attracts you. You go in for what will help you. You should first of all find value in yourself. Don't feel, if this person chooses me, then I'm valuable. We all came into this world with a purpose. God gave everyone a purpose. You should find your purpose. Work on it. The Bible says in Isaiah 60 verse 1, it says, "Arise, shine, for thy light has come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee." Arise. It's talking to each and every one of us. I'm using this example because that's mostly where we find ourselves. Of course, we're all trying to, make ends meet. We're all trying to build something for ourselves. And so you're like, if I connect myself to this person will teach me one or two things as to how they got there. That's very good. That should be your mentality. But what if you attach yourself to the person and the person doesn't help you in the long run? Are you still going to be there? The person doesn't see your value. That person is also looking for people higher than him or her to attach themselves to. Do you understand? So it's important to find value in yourself. Know that you are valuable just by yourself. Know who you are. Know who you want. So don't always assume or think that when you attach yourself to this kind of person, or if you still stay in this relationship or this friendship, then I'll feel seen. Then I'll feel chosen. Then I'll feel worth it or worthy. But here is the truth. Your value doesn't increase when someone chooses you. And it doesn't decrease because someone doesn't. Just because someone doesn't recognize your worth doesn't mean that you don't have any worth or you don't have anything of value inside you. How many people have lost sleep, cried, overthought, and doubted themselves because somebody else didn't give them the love and attention that they needed? And the problem is that whenever we attach our worth, right, to someone's approval, it's like handing them the power. You understand? We hand them power to rule over us, power that they were never meant to have. Another reason why we keep chasing people who don't end up choosing us is because we fall in love with potential, not who they are, who we hope they'll become. And we tell ourselves things like, maybe they will change. Maybe if I love them hard enough, they will see my value. Or maybe things will be different in the future. And before we know it, we are emotionally attached to a version of the person that does not exist. And we keep holding on to possibilities instead of facing reality. You can clearly see this person is not putting in the energy, the zeal, just as you are doing. God will make a way. I trust God. God will make a way. He will touch the person's heart. For years, and you are still in there. It's a choice you have clearly made. It's a position you have given yourself. I feel as human beings, we have the power to decide whatever that happens to us. We have the power to make decisions, to make choices. And so if you are still there, when the signs are clear that, my dear, you're working so hard over here, they are not seeing your value, they are not seeing how good you've been to the company. I don't know why I would find myself in a situation where I feel trapped. I feel I'm not happy. I'm emotionally drained. I'm psychologically drained, or I'm traumatized, or I get jealous. I feel insecure. For years, I felt insecure. I might even have thoughts of taking my life, of committing suicide. Please don't even think about it. If you have found yourself in that situation or that position, please don't think about it. Please. Don't take your life because someone has decided not to choose you. If one person doesn't choose you, somebody else will. There's someone out there who's waiting on you. There's someone out there who loves you. There's someone out there who would even give you more attention than you could ever imagine. Just like it's said in the Bible says that God is able to do exceedingly, abundantly above all that we ask of him. So you might be looking for someone, you might want attention, you might want genuine love. Look, there's someone out there who loves you, or there's someone out there who would love you, who would give you what you want without asking. There's someone out there who would provide for you. There's someone out there who would even die for you. So why stay where you are? That's why I keep saying that if you know your value, if you know what you are worth, if you know who you really are in Christ, if you know that God made you in his own image, in his own likeness, and you are always worshiping God, you believe in his greatness, you believe in his power, his might, and he made you just like him, and you are allowing someone to belittle you, you are tying your worth to someone's approval. So we keep asking ourselves these questions. Was I not worth it? Was I not enough? What's wrong with my body? Am I not good enough? There is actually one guy, he was first of all attracted to this lady who was physically endowed. That was the first thing that drew him to her. And then they became friends. But the very first thing that drew him to her was her physique. That is fine. I mean, it's very fine. But there was another lady who did not really have. She's curvy, all right, but not too curvy like the other lady was or is. But the other one who wasn't really curvy, seeking attention, she was always providing for the guy and all of that. And girl, you can clearly see the guy he's not looking at you. He doesn't even believe you exist. He's only enjoying the benefits that you are bringing to him. He isn't giving you that energy back. So why stay in there? Maybe he regrets the decision that he made. There are some people out there who love attention. They love it when people rather run to them. It makes them feel good. So it's like your presence in his life or in her life is making them rather feel good. Think about it. Immediately you leave, then it looks more like this guy or this lady doesn't call me anymore, doesn't text me anymore. Why, what's up? Then they'll start to realize that they're not the center of the world. The world does not evolve around them. But if you keep staying there, you're serving them like a slave. They'll feel pompous and they'll feel big. Maybe that's why they're treating you the way they are treating you. So when you start noticing these signs or these signs, just advise yourself and leave if you have to. It's as simple as that. We have so many people in this world who are depressed, who are mentally, psychologically, tortured, abused, and they lose their lives because of this, just because someone didn't choose them. If you don't want to find yourself in such a situation, please advise yourself and know that you are worth it. If God says you are worth it, you are worth it. Don't let anyone bring you down. Don't let anyone tell you you don't deserve anything good, because that is a lie. It's a big lie. Let's allow God to work on us. Sometimes God takes people from our lives because he sees things that we cannot see. God is trying to release. God is trying to say, my daughter, my child, let go of this person. Let go of this thing. But we are holding on to it. And I know that is not easy to hear, because whenever we are emotionally attached to something, it's so hard to let go. It's so hard to say goodbye. Saying goodbye or letting go feels impossible, but we have to do it to save our lives. You don't want to drown with the person. You want to save yourself. You want to give yourself another opportunity with someone who deserves you, with someone who really wants you and will cherish you. So give yourself another chance. In case you're watching me and you feel you are in this situation, sit down, think about it. Know that you are worth it. Don't bind your worth to someone's, approval. No, you are worth it as well. Now, looking back, how many things have you really cried over? How many things have you actually wondered and you're like, is this what I was really crying over? This? I can't believe this. So if I hadn't let go, I would have still been, trapped, imprisoned. How many people did you think you could not live without? Only to realize that they were never even meant to stay in the first place. We have people who come into our lives just for a short purpose, and they're supposed to leave. They're supposed to go for other people to come and then fulfill their purpose in our lives. You get it? So why was I chasing after someone who wasn't chasing after me? Why was I choosing less than I deserved? Why was I settling? Why was I ignoring the signs? Sometimes the greatest act of self-love is not convincing someone to stay, but rather it's having the courage to walk away. It's also understanding that you deserve relationships where effort is mutual, where love is mutual, where care is mutual, where respect is mutual, and choosing each other is mutual. So if you're currently struggling of letting go of someone who isn't choosing you, let me remind you one more time of some few things. You should never have to beg for something that you should be given freely. You should never have to shrink yourself to fit into someone's life. And you should never have to prove your worth to people who are quick to misunderstanding it. The right people aren't always perfect, but they won't keep you constantly questioning where you stand. And they won't make you constantly chasing basic love, care, attention, and even support. And maybe today is the day you stop asking yourself, why don't they see me? Why aren't they choosing me? But you start asking yourself, why am I not choosing myself? No, wait a minute. What happened to me? What happened to me fighting for me? What happened to me thinking of me? What happened to me choosing me first? Remember that you are worth it. Remember that you are amazing. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Nobody has the power to bring you down, to undermine you, to discourage you, but you yourself. So choose yourself first. Now, let us remind ourselves of some few things. Stop looking for signs that aren't there. Stop tying your worth to someone's approval. And I repeat, choose yourself again. I know saying goodbye isn't easy. I know moving on isn't easy. Starting afresh isn't easy. It's so hard. But with God on your side, it's possible, dear one. So thank you so much for watching. If this conversation spoke to you, you can share your experience in the comment section below. Don't forget to share. Please like and please subscribe. Bye.